Shalom everyone, I'm going to continue the series of the great Oriental Rabbanim from yesteryear, and today I'm going to speak about it. It's going to be the Hilula, this Shabbat or Shabbat HaGadol, of a very famous rabbi from Morocco, Chacham Shalom Messas. Some people pronounce him as Rabbi Shalom Meshash, some people say Messas. There's a sort of a disagreement on how the pronunciation of his family name, albeit he was a phenomenal rabbi from very, very great lineage. He was actually originally the roots come from Spanish Portuguese roots. However, he was born along with many of his grandparents, his great rabbanim, from the city of Meknes in Morocco. He was a son of a very prominent rabbi in Morocco. His name was Rabbi Mashash, and also his mother was named Rabbanit Rachel. And he learned under his father's auspices, and also under a great rabbi named Rabbi Yitzchak Sebag, who was also a Dayan and the Rosh Yeshiva of the city of Meknes as he was growing up. He was like a prodigy at the time, this great Rabbi Shalom Messas was, and seen as a very, very rare talent and extremely good talent, and someone that knew like infinite amount of Torah scholarship. He was also a leading Talmid of Rabbi Yoshua Berdugo, also who at the time was a chief rabbi of Morocco at that time, so very, very prestigious. And his first publication of Rabbi Shalom Messas was in the year 1930. He wrote the book, the Mizrach Shemesh. And after learning for many, many great years, and obviously being very esteemed a Torah scholar, in the year 1960, he was appointed the chief rabbi of Casablanca at the time. Very, very prestigious position. He had this motto. He was learning pretty much day and night, and also try to preserve the Sephardi Minhagim to a great level. He was also a relative of another great rabbi that I did a video on only a couple of months ago, Rabbi Chacham Yosef Messas, also, who I spoke about in a previous video also. He stayed up day and night to solve different halachic issues, and also Rabbi of Yosef, who was obviously a great rabbi in Israel, consulted him and used him as a source of point on many different occasions. After he was a chief rabbi of Casablanca from 1960, later on he was appointed the chief rabbi of Morocco, a very prestigious position. And at that time there was a lot of Torah scholarship at that point in time. People were moving to different countries also at that stage in time. And later, in the year 1978, so he was about the age close to 70 at the time. Remember, he was born in the year 1909. In 1978, he was around 68, 69 years old. Rabbi of Yosef was a chief rabbi of Israel at the time, brought him and asked him to become the chief rabbi of Jerusalem, the holy city, Jerusalem Shel Zahab. And he was appointed the chief rabbi of Jerusalem at that stage in time in 1978. And actually the last act that Rabbi Shalom Messas actually did in Morocco was give a blessing to King Hassan II at the time, as King Hassan actually was Rabbi Shalom Messas was actually escorted in the airport of Morocco and by King Hassan II, and he asked for a blessing, and Rabbi Shalom Messas actually gave him. That was his last official act in Morocco at that stage in time. As I said before, Rabbi Yosef brought him to Israel and consulted him on many of the very different halachic opinions and quoted him on many occasions. And his first book, which he wrote, was the Mizrach Shemesh in the year 1930. He was only at that stage in time just after 20 years old. He was only 21 years old, 21 years old. And his last book before his passing was written in 2002. It was a book of the name Vecham HaShemesh also. Many of his books included the title HaShemesh inside of it, as it was. Chacham Shalom Messas actually passed away on 12th of April in the year 2003 on Shabbat HaGadol. And this week it's Shabbat HaGadol, and it is Hilula this weekend on this Shabbat, as it's coming. Shabbat HaGadol is considered the greatest Shabbat of all the Shabbats of the Hebrew calendar year. And he was at the age of 94 years old when he passed away. He wrote many other books, also many other books, including the Tebuot HaShemesh, also, and the Shemesh Umagen, and also a book called the Bet Shemesh. And here I'm live from Bet Shemesh, the city of Bet Shemesh. He actually published that book, and many of his books are in print at the moment in Israel, all over. There's books, I believe, translated into English also from some of the different workings that he did. He also helped in publishing and editing many books. There was many great rabbis, the name Rabbi Berdugo also, that he actually helped in editing and publishing their books also. There was a whole lineage of great rabbonim from the prestigious Berdugo family and also from the Messas family. Also, and it's his Hilula the Shabbat. We light candles in him. Let's learn about him. Look at different things in his memory. There's a lot online. You can look about him. There's a lot of books he's published. Search him and also search about his many of the great rabbonim that had also come from his family. And I'm wishing you all, if you're listening before Shabbat Shalom Brach, click a like on the video wherever you're listening from, or the different platforms you're listening on. You can also listen to the other classes I gave of the other Sephardi Rabbonim on the Helula and everything else on the Yard site. And the guys have awesome Shabbat Shalom Barach, and stay tuned for the next series on the great Sephardi Rabbonim. Have a great day, guys. Bye.